Today we're taking a look at the ViewTV Super Outdoor Antenna with amplifier. The cool thing about this is it not only is an antenna, but also has the ability to rotate it. If you remember back in the 70s and early 80s, antennas that rotated were a big deal because often you have some towers down in this direction, some in that direction. If you have a directional antenna, you kind of have to pick which way you want to go. With an antenna that rotates, it kind of gives you the freedom to pick up both and adjust it. I actually had a grandparent that had one of these. Next to his easy chair was a, not this brand, but an antenna that rotated. Next to his easy chair was a device, and he had lines drawn on it to turn it this way for ABC, this way for NBC, and more. So let's take a look at this actual device. I'll put a link to it in the show notes down below so you can find this on Amazon. Always be careful about links that YouTube puts on here because they are often not exactly the product I'm reviewing. Now with this, so I'll put a link down there so you can make sure you get the actual product I'm reviewing. Now with this, I will jump about halfway through this to a live demo of it in use. Oops, sorry about that loud noise. So if you want to actually see it in action, you don't care so much about the unboxing, I'll put about halfway through, I'll go to a live demo after I've tested it out and put it all together. So the actual antenna comes not fully assembled, but pretty much assembled. There's not a lot you need to do to put these together. See there, I'm locking that up there. And then you just snap a few things together and you got the whole setup here. So it's very, very simple to put together. Not a lot of complicated parts or screwdrivers or really anything if you're not very technical to do. So it comes with all the pieces here you're seeing. It also comes with a very long, I have no idea how long this cable is, but it's a very long cable. So you can run this from the outside of your home to the inside of your house. And it also includes some equipment, I apologize, to mount it to a pole or a stand on your house if you want to do that. So overall, build quality is, with all ViewTV products, kind of average. A lot of plastic with this. This is a thin piece of metal with plastic on it in the back. This is the device that looks like that rotates right here. I don't want to break it, but looks like if I would plug this all in together, this would be the part that rotates on. Well, let's see what we got here. So we got a power plug for the amplifier. We have, and get it open, the actual amplifier, which is pretty straightforward. You got on, off, and you got a little button that rotates it. I'm not sure. It shows a remote. Did I miss? Oh, here's the remote right in front of my face. I thought there was a remote. So there is also a remote to rotate it from the comfort of your couch, so you don't have to get up and walk over to where this is. This TV is meant to be inside the house. You put this next to your TV and then run the cables back from there. So here's the little one. You can direct it to rotate left or right there. Lastly is a shipping list and instructions to set up with the actual device. I'm not sure I actually got this cleanly in the frame. So right there's the remote to control the direction. So, and then lastly is just a little, looks like I got two copies. One's probably in Spanish, one in English. That makes sense. A little guide here to set it all up and install it. So I'm gonna go test this all out, come back after I've had a chance to play with it, but my first impression with the quality of this product is it's plastic. Where some of these come with metal clips and are pretty much 90% metal, this is plastic. How long it will last, I'm not sure. It does feel to be decent quality plastic. I can actually probably mostly put this all together real quick while you're all here. Let's see here if I slide that in. And then you kind of slide these all on down. Oh, I'm putting this in upside down. But you get the idea. So you just slide this all together. There we go. And you have the actual antenna. So all these keep sliding in together. And then you have this all assembled without needing a lot of screws. Now you still will need screws to finish the connectors on this and finish all the final pieces of the setup, but it's a very simple, easy to use one. A screwdriver is about all you need for most of the assembly on this. Well, if you have questions, comments, let me know. I'll be right back. So I've been playing around with the ViewTV antenna for a little while now. Been very impressed. A few things about super simple setup. 14 screws, took less than 5 minutes. No power tools needed, just a regular old screwdriver. Slapped it all together and I was all set. It is a directional antenna, which is kind of good. Most antennas are going to an omnidirectional where it doesn't matter quite as much which way you point it. With these directionals, it does do a little bit better job in that direction you point it. The downside is you kind of cut off access to other transmitters coming from other directions, and that's where the rotator comes in. And they kind of do something cool with it. So the power and the control from the rotator comes from the coaxial cable, which means you don't need to run a power cable to the antenna itself. That long white coaxial cable I showed you plugs into the amplifier and the splitter there, and then that amplifier splitter takes the signal and power and transmits it back up through the cable to the antenna to power it, to tell it when to rotate, when not to rotate. So that's pretty cool. That worked really well. This amplifier splitter also includes the ability to connect 2 TVs. So you can have 2 TVs running off of it at once, which is great. If you put it in your attic, for example, you can split that off, drop it into your bedroom or your living room and have both of them running off the same antenna. The thing about, though, like I said during the unboxing, this is plastic. It is one of the budget antennas, we'll call it. So how long this lasts, I don't know. It doesn't feel as flimsy as some I've tested. It doesn't feel as well built as some I have tested. Overall, though, for the price, that's a pretty good deal. You're not paying premium dollar, and you get the ability to rotate, which I think is a under-mentioned feature that I wish more antenna manufacturers would bring back. The ability to say, hey, this is a directional. I live in an area where there's weak signal here. In the north side, there's weak signal on the south side. I can rotate this back and forth to get the best signal. The downside to it, though, is unlike some of the ones I saw from the 60s and 70s, like my grandfather had, which will have a dial that you could point, north, south, that kind of thing, and he wrote right on it, ABC, NBC, CBS. This one doesn't have any easy marking, so it's almost like you have to tune to the channel you want and then rotate it until you see the channel come into reception. That may be a little difficult unless you go outside the house and you rotate it looking at it, where you can say, okay, yeah, that's moving in the direction I want it to be. With that said, so what's the reception? I would say, again, 60, 80 mile outdoor antenna kind of range. It did a very good job. So I'm getting all the channels I would expect to pick up from an antenna like this. Fox, ABC, PBS, and more are all coming in right here. Keep in mind, though, 2 things. I'm reviewing this inside a metal office building, which is not the best situation. Metal blocks over their signals, and it doesn't always give the best performance. So your experience may be different. You may have a better experience being in a wooden home, which doesn't block signals, or you may be in an area like 80 miles from the nearest transmitter in a valley. Been there. I lived in a house like that where over there signals were very weak. So keep that in mind. You may want to do research to see what you can get where you live before you buy an antenna. It's possible you live in an area where you don't need an outdoor antenna, where an indoor antenna is all you need. It's possible you live in an area where you need an even bigger outdoor antenna than this one. So just keep that in mind. I love the ability to rotate it. The amplifier seems to do a great job. The splitter between multiple TVs is nice. And it's picking up all the channels I would hope to get with an antenna like this. And it's doing a very good job. As you see here, there are no issues, no buffer, no fragmentation. This is picking up a channel it should get with the quality it should get. If I was buying, let's say, an $80 outdoor or 80 mile, not dollar, outdoor antenna. So that's my review. Thoughts, 2 thumbs up. Make sure you know if you can get signal before you pay the money to buy a TV antenna like this. Hate for you to buy an antenna that's not powerful enough, or overspend and get an antenna that is too powerful and you don't really need that kind of antenna if you live close to the transmitters. So check out online sites that offer that feature there. Questions, comments, let me know. I'll do my best to answer them. Again, link to this in the show notes. I don't want to include the price. I mentioned it's kind of a budget antenna. The reason I say that is I used to always list the price. People would email me and leave nasty comments. Well, you said it was this and now it's that. It's more expensive, it's less expensive. And so products change the price a lot. So I'll put a link to this down in the show notes where you can go and pull up the current price for right now when you're considering to buy it. Again, link in the show notes. Avoid the recommended products YouTube may suggest to you because they're often not the one I'm actually reviewing. So thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. It's a huge help to us.